You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion, delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots so you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We're a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls, I'm broadcasting.
Well, I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money. I personally work with you. Even if you don't have any needs today, save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. What are we going to celebrate? You know, there's a lot to celebrate today. So not just because, well, let's just take a look at it. National Administrative Professionals Day. Yeah, we need them. Denim Day. Okay. Now, let's see. Babe Ruth Day. Now, when I saw Babe Ruth Day, I thought, initially, you know where my mind goes to. I thought they were talking about the candy bar. But no, they're talking about the baseball player. So, we don't need to worry about that one. But hey, let's take a look. Oh, Stop Wasting Food Day or Stop Food Waste Day. Now, I don't know about this one. I don't like wasting food, but here's the issue. I grew up in a day and age when everyone said, well, you got to finish everything that's on your plate. And I got up to about 450 pounds. I finished everything that was in sight, not just what was in my plate, but I finished everything in sight. Not good. So I don't want to waste food. Just don't make as much. But you don't have to finish everything on your plate. Just throw that out there for you. National Gummy Bear Day. I don't want to even go there because I know some of you. I know what you're doing with those gummy bears. We're not going to even talk about it. The Gummy Bear Day. Let's move right along. Prime Rib Day. Yeah. Well, look at that prime rib. If you're watching us on ronsiegelradio.tv, any of our socials or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, you're looking National Prime Rib Day. That looks pretty good. I had to stop eating beef a while back for health reasons, but we're going to continue moving right along. National Devil Dog Day. That one looks good. I thought they were talking about dirt devils like the ball players, but no, devil dog. Take a look at that one. Looks like it's a sandwich type item, deviled food cake, chocolate, if you will, chocolate deviled food type of a product with some cream filling in between there. Cream filled sandwich. How can you go wrong with that? Moving right along. Let's take a look. Okay, let's look at the markets. Do we want to look at the markets? Dow Jones up 309 points. That's good. Boy, markets have been very, very volatile today. So the Dow is, I've just double-clicked to double-check and make sure that I've got the current feed on here. Dow is up 309. S&P is up 41 now, 42 points. NASDAQ up 85 points. Oil down 70 cents a barrel at $101 per barrel of oil. Move right along. Let's see what else is going on in the world. Well, something, take a look at it. I'm going to share with you a lot of things this morning. So the market, there are some areas where they're saying that the market is starting to turn around. We have a report out that we shared on our social channels this morning about the areas where they're starting to have more and more property markdowns. People are putting their property up for sale for too much money, realizing that they're not going to get it. We watch a couple of different services. We have a lot of services that we use to find out where property values should be, what property values are doing. And I'll just share one of them with you. And you can go here. I'm going to give you, well, let's just say Newport Beach, California. You go to RSR List NB. RSR List NB, Nancy Boyd, like Newport Beach. RSR List NB. That's going to give you a market report for Newport Beach, California. Don't worry about it. I know you don't live in Newport Beach. Most of you don't. But you can actually go to that report and put in the exact location that you want. So you can put in your zip code, San Bernardino. You're in there, Riverside, yes. We've got La Quinta, rsrlistlq.com, listana.com if you're in Anaheim, rsrlistana.com. You can put in any zip code you want, and you can get a report as frequently as you want. We update them every Monday, and they give us these reports and tell us what's going on in the marketplace. Why do I share that with you? So the reason I'm sharing that is because I want you to know exactly when the market starts to change, because we're already seeing changes in the marketplace. We're already seeing in some areas that one of the items that we're looking at is the number of days on market, how long the properties are staying on the market. And so like in Anaheim, 92807, the average days on market is still at 9, but prices decreased. 6% of the prices decreased. No prices increased. So think about what that's saying is we weren't having any decreases before. Now we are seeing some decreases. So we're watching that very, very closely to see where the market is going. Why do I share that information with you? I look right now, median days on market, Yorba Linda, California, 7. Average days on the market is 30. And we're looking at prices decreased 22%, yet prices increased 4%. So we're watching this. As the market starts converting or changing, what we want to know is, did we miss out on the opportunity to sell at the absolute highest price available? I don't think we have, but we're going to have to start working a little harder to get there. I'm going to share with you right now, right here. Go to rsrhsg.com, rsrhsg.com. You can get a copy of our recently released Home Seller Guide. We release these every quarter. They're updated booklets that we share every quarter, rsrhsg.com. And you can get some ideas about selling property. But like I said, if you go to the list report that I shared with you, and as I mentioned, if you just go to, and I'll get it for you again, rsrlistana.com, rsrlistana.com, you're going to get the Anaheim report, but you can put in your zip code and get whatever city zip code you want and find out what's happening in your marketplace. Ventura, you're there. San Bernardino, Riverside, Corona, Eastvale, Fontana, Newport Beach, Yorba Linda, Santa, every zip code within the sound of my voice. And yes, I understand we are on the World Wide Web. So basically every zip code in the US, the zip codes are all there. The data is all there. We just watch it for you. Now, on the flip side, what does that mean for you if you're contemplating buying a house? Well, if you're contemplating buying a house, then what you want to do is you want to go to rsrhbg.com, rsrhbg.com, and you can find out, get our latest book there. That's our buyer's guide. And you certainly want to get, if you're thinking about buying, there's no better tool, my opinion, rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. So if you go and get the Home Scout, you go on there, register. Yes, you have to put in your name and your email address. Otherwise, we can't save it for you. But you can put in the location where you want to live, put in the information about what you want. Do you want a 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom, studio, condo, single family, with a pool, without a pool? White picket fences are not on the list. But you can go to rsrhomescout.com and get registered right there, and you'll be able to get an email whenever something new comes on the market in the area that you want to live in. That is just a little bit of information for you. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, the dream of home ownership is worth the effort. We're going to talk about it. We've got 10 tips to live credit smart. We'll get into that. And you can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, it's 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call, 800-306-1990. And let's take a look and see what the markets are doing today. S&P 500, it's up 33.88. The 10-year Treasury yield up 2 basis points. Mortgage-backed securities down 22 basis points. And as we do every morning at this time, OBMMI provides the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry. Calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide, conforming loans yesterday actually locked at 5.299%, regardless of what the advertising is telling you on TV and radio. 5.299. Again, that's over 35% of the locked loans. It is an average, so some were lower, some were higher. 5.299. Strategically speaking, our team does know how to show you how to get the best programs, the best products out there. So we can show that to you. But the real question becomes, why are we seeing what we're seeing? What is driving the market? And once again, it's housing bubble fears. We get people like Diana Olick, and I hate to pick on her, but, you know, I wish she would just, maybe she should tune into our show, because for the last 10 years, she's been wrong. And I say this all the time, and I get people laugh at me. The next time she comes up with accurate information about housing, it'll be the first time. So I highly recommend discount everything she has to say about the housing market, because, again, they just continue to get the data incorrect, and then they start scaring people into believing what they're saying. So here's some facts of what's going on. Pending home sales measured signed contracts on existing homes fell 1.2% in March, much stronger than the 1.8% decline expected. Sales are now down 8.2% year over year. There is no doubt that higher interest rates could be impacting demand, but this is still very strong considering the increases in prices and lack of inventory. Again, the media said that this was a washout, but it was only down 1.2% in the face of all these challenges and better than expected. Unbelievable. A longer time frame view of signed contracts shows that the level of sales is still at a strong level, but off the crazy highs we set after the dip in COVID and rush to purchase. Just unbelievable that they keep coming up with this wrong. CoreLogic, released their single-family rent index this week, showing that rents in February were up 13.1% year over year, which is the highest increase on record. This report includes both new rents and renewals, which are increasing between 6 to 8%. So new rent goes up more, renewals are going up less. The way it works, make sure to explain and understand that renting is not a better option, especially when considering the benefit of amortization, appreciation, and mostly fixed cost with purchasing. Redfin released a report stating that home buyer competition dropped for the first time in 6 months amid surge in mortgage rates and home prices. But they went on to say that most home buyers are still encountering bidding wars, but competition is beginning to cool. As we have stated many times, we think demand will subdue a bit, but there will still be a huge imbalance in supply and demand, which will be supportive of home prices, albeit probably not the 20% like the past year, but high single digits. That's actually healthier. We don't want to see the numbers continue. The MBA released their mortgage application data for the week, showing that purchase application volume decreased by 7.6% last week and is down 16.6% year over year when factoring in cash buyers who are buying homes but not taking out mortgages, down closer to 13%. So we are seeing all of these different data points. So what I'm really saying here, and various reports are confirming the same data, is that we're seeing a slowdown in real estate. That does not mean we're going backwards. Think of a slowdown as if you're driving down the freeway at 65 miles an hour and you take your foot off the gas. Are you going backwards? No. You're just not going to keep going quite as quickly. So the bottom line there is that's where we are in real estate. We're not going to continue going at the same rapid pace that we've been going on, but we're going to continue moving forward. Markets, there are some markets we're actually seeing that our buyers may be seeing lower prices. Believe it or not, I looked at the list and I said, okay, well, Toledo, Ohio, got it. Down 8, median listing price down 18.7. Rochester, New York, okay, median listing price down 17. Detroit down 15. Pittsburgh down 13. Springfield, Mass down 5. Tulsa, Oklahoma down 5. And I said, who cares? Until I got to Los Angeles, California, down 5%. So the median listing price is $985,000. So that is down 5%. And I just told you about Orange County on their numbers and couple of different cities in Orange County. Should we take a look? Do you want to take a look at the idea, the concept here? Maybe you want to understand what are we thinking about? How about if we were to look at maybe how about Palm Desert? Do you think Palm Desert might be a good place for us to look at? I like going to Palm Desert on a regular basis. You might enjoy Palm Desert. Maybe you have friends, family, coworkers that go to Palm Desert. What is their real estate looking like? Okay, well, the median list price, $1,300,000. New median prices of the properties coming on the market of $899,000. Average days on the market is 50, and they are already in the uptrend. So the median days on market is 21, going up. That part is something that you might not be happy about. Last Friday, it was, or the 8th of April, it was at 14 days, telling us again that market is slowing. Prices increased 16%. Prices decreased, 16%. Increased 4%. Properties that came back on the market, 4%. Inventory's got a 45-day supply of inventory. That's gone up a little bit. And the median rent is 45. So we're starting to see things balancing out. And I'm not saying that that's something that's bad. I'm just telling you what the market's doing. And you need to be aware of that. Now, I'm going to also share with you that we are seeing, according to a report in the National Association of Realtors, home prices remain high. Mortgage rates are rapidly rising, but home buyers are still hopeful about this spring. It's a new survey from OJO Labs. That's a real estate search site, shows that at least half of buyers believe the next 3 months will be a good time to buy a home. And I'm going to share with you the best mobile app on the market, best mobile app, not just because we give it to you, but that is part of the reason. If it wasn't good, we would not be giving it to you. But go and grab the app at sltloanapp.com. sltloanapp.com. You can go on there and grab the mobile app. And in this mobile app, you're going to get all kinds of really great information about the properties. Scott Smith is with us. Great to see you, Scott. Glad you're enjoying the information. Go on the app, grab that. There's all kinds of great data. There's a mortgage calculator on there. Believe it or not, in the world of real estate, the mortgage calculator is actually the most searched for item on there. So that one is great. When we go out there, you'll also have a direct link to the home shopping site, the one with no advertising, rsrhomescout.com. So I spoke to you about that earlier, but rsrhomescout.com, no advertising on there. So I highly recommend you grab that. And, we may start seeing this because one of the issues that comes up that we find frequently is that when we start to see the market turn a little bit, appraisers are looking at this information and they understand when the market is turning, and they may get a little bit more conservative on their appraisals. So if you go to rsrappraisalgap.com, we've actually put together a tool for you that's going to help you if there is an appraisal gap. Now, it does not work on FHA loans where you're putting the minimum down payment. Doesn't work on conventional loans with a 3% down payment. But our rsrappraisalgap.com works with a lot of loans where maybe you need to help with trust income. Maybe you don't want to use all of your capital as a down payment. You don't want to have all your capital invested in the property. Maybe you get an appraisal that comes in and it doesn't work out to your favor, but you want the property. Well, there's a few different tools in there. The Appraisal Gap product is something that we've been doing a lot with folks, sharing with them how to deal with it. Great, great tool. And just yesterday, we actually came out and released a new program for doctors. So if you are not PhDs, but medical doctors, a medical doctors, dentists, veterinarians qualify. How about no down payment, no mortgage insurance for doctors? So that's a product that we've just released yesterday. And it goes along with the programs that we've had right along for business owners. If you're a business owner and you got a great accountant, you write off everything possible, you leave money in your corporation to grow, but you say, something, I got a problem because now I want to buy a house. I just mentioned our friend Scott Smith. He's got a great property over there in Peralta Hills. I don't know if it's sold or not, but I did see the pictures and whatnot of it. But Scott had a great property there, has a great property in Peralta Hills, a listing. Well, maybe you're a business owner and the total of what you earn doesn't flow all the way through to your personal income taxes and your W-2 or 1099, but you've got the money to make the payments. Well, there are programs for business owners where we have alternative income sourcing options. I'm not going to get into all the underwriting guidelines and whatnot here, but just know that if you've got some questions about that, give a call to our team at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. Team is standing by and will be standing by to help with whatever we can help with. You are listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, the dream of homeownership is worth the effort. 10 tips to live credit smart and more. You can reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection. Qualification.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. 1990, the real-time real estate segment today being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. The dream of homeownership is worth the effort. If you're in the market to buy a home this season, stick with it. Home buyers face challenges in any market, and today's is no exception. But if you persevere, your decision to purchase a home will be worth the effort in the end. In fact, a recent survey from Bankrate shows homeownership is so powerful that, quote, nearly 3 in 4 homeowners say they would still buy their current home if they had it to do all over again, unquote. That means the results, owning a home and the benefits that come with it, outweigh the effort needed to achieve their goal. If you're a home buyer, let that provide you with the confidence to know the work you're putting in today will pay off for years to come. Here are a few reasons to stick with your search and focus on the outcome. Home ownership contributes significantly to your financial well-being. The National Association of Realtors, NAR, lists several motivations to consider if you're thinking about buying a home. One of the top financial reasons is the equity you build. As NAR says, money paid for rent is money that you'll never see again, but mortgage payments let you build equity. Building equity in your home is a ready-made savings plan, unquote. Your equity is a powerful tool you can leverage in a number of ways. And with recent home price appreciation, homeowners are seeing record levels of equity today. That may be one reason why so many people view owning a home as a great investment and a top indicator of financial well-being. As the survey from Bankrate mentioned, quote, Americans place a higher value on home ownership than any other indicator of economic stability, unquote. Owning a home ranks above the other major accomplishments like retirement, having a successful career, and getting a college degree. That indicates just how impactful the financial benefits of home ownership truly are. The emotional benefits of owning a home are powerful. Of course, home ownership is more than an investment. In their list of top reasons to buy a home, NAR, the National Association of Realtors, also highlights some of the most powerful non-financial aspects of home ownership. Among them is the opportunity to customize your home to reflect your personality and needs. As they say, the home is yours. You can decorate any way you want and choose the types of upgrades and new amenities that appeal to your lifestyle, unquote. Another benefit homeowners enjoy is the stability it provides. Homeowners typically stay put longer than renters. According to NAR, when you remain in one place longer than a few years, you can grow closer to your community, and that can enhance your sense of pride and lead to better relationships. What does that mean for you? The benefits of home ownership are powerful. As Leslie Rudis-Smith, president of NAR, says, quote, from building personal wealth and fostering communities to strengthening social stability and driving the national economy, the value of home ownership is indisputable, unquote. Even if you face challenges in today's market, the payoff when you succeed and purchase a home will be worth it. The bottom line, if you're planning to buy a home this year, there are incredible benefits waiting for you at the end of the journey. Let's chat about your plan to own a home. That is the real-time real estate segment brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. visit rsrhomescout.com, rsrhomescout.com. Just a little bit of information right there for you to give you some input on buying that property. I just throw that out there because the whole issue becomes an issue of finding what you want, knowing what your goals are. That's why one of the first places, or maybe it is the absolute first place that I recommend people, if they're looking to buy a house, you're not going to want to go to start just going out shopping for homes. I don't think that's the right place to go. I think where you need to really start at is heading off to see a real estate professional. You want to have a consultation with them. You go and get pre-approved, pre-underwritten for the loan first. I'm a big believer in getting pre-underwritten because that's going to tell you exactly what you can qualify for. But the whole issue becomes an issue of consultation. If you're going out and you're talking to somebody and they're just looking to sell you something, I'm going to say that's not where you want to be. Not a great approach. You need to be going out there and getting a consultation with somebody. What's the difference between the consultation and just going out and chatting with them? Well, it's pretty simple. Most of the time, you're going to go to the agent, you're going to sit down in their office and have a chat. You're going to be talking about what your goals are. How long are you planning on being in this property? You've already gone to rsrhomescout.com and picked out, been searching for properties. So we already know you've done that. But when you go for that consultation with the real estate professional, what you're doing in that part or that portion of the process is you're going and you're looking at goals. Are you going to be there 1 year, 3 years, 5 years? Is this a starter home, a move-up home, your forever home? Are you there just to get your foot in the door? We've gone through and shared with people how you can retire by age 45, or maybe, someone like me who's old, you can't retire at 45 because I'm well past that. But maybe you have a 20-year plan to retire by buying a home and leveraging it. What do I mean by leveraging it? You're buying a home and you're watching it appreciate. You put down, I suggest, the minimum you can put down and watch that appreciate. Then, yes, you go and you do a cash out refinance and get a new mortgage, taking out your equity, and buy a new home. Buy that new home for your family, something bigger, better, more suitable. Might be something even right sizing, I call it. But you're doing that to get you into the place that you want to be. But what did you do with the first property? Because so many people say, well, I got to sell my house to buy a new one. Well, what if you don't have to sell your house? What if you keep that house and rent it out? In many, many instances, you're able to rent that house out for a break even or maybe a slight loss, and you're able to buy the new house. You're waiting a couple of years and do it again. Well, if you've done this 4 times or 5 times, after 5 times and a 5-year waiting period, you're probably on the way. You're very, very close to retirement. And we can work those things out. You talk about that with the agent, though, during that consultation, if you want to do that. Now, I'm going to give you a few steps for applying for that mortgage right now. And a lot of people don't follow these things, but I'm going to give them to you anyway. Step 1, submit the application. You can complete the application on ronismylender.com, ronismylender.com. You can do that in person or over the phone. I find it easiest just to do it online. You don't really need to go in-house to do that. Once you submitted the application, our process is Jody's going to go through that application. She's going to see what documentation we might need. She's going to take care of the initial steps to get us to step 2, which is qualification. If you're buying a home, you want a pre-approval letter. Pre-qualification letters aren't worth the paper they're written on. You want a pre-approval letter or a letter stating that you've been pre-underwritten. That way you know exactly how much you can borrow. We do something called the modern pre-approval. Very unique in the industry because we're going to put videos in there and we're going to put the traditional stuff, but we had some videos in there talking about what we've done, what our process is like, how we looked at the situation. So we're going to ask you some initial questions like how much you earn, how much you have in savings, how much you owe on credit cards. It's going to help us find out what programs are available, because until we look at your situation, we don't know what you qualify for. We don't even know what programs is best for you. We may be thinking that a conventional loan is in your best interest, and maybe because of some credit challenges or history, you might need to go with FHA. Or you might be able to get one of the best loan on the market, which is the VA loan. Or as I spoke about earlier, maybe you're self-employed and we need to look at self-employment income in a different way. All issues that we look at, and the team will have consultations with you on. You're going to begin by sending in that documentation. This is information we're going to need to qualify you for the loan. We'll tell you exactly what you need, make it easy for you to send it to us. You're going to probably work with, in our case, you work with Jody to get that file all pre-underwritten. And she's going to work with our tremendous underwriter, Lori, who's going to help you with that process as well. We're going to look at calculations to determine your debt-to-income ratio on the loans, see what qualifies, see if we need any flood certifications. Are there mortgage payoffs that we have to deal with in the past? What is your goals? Again, we're asking about your goals as well as the realtor should be. Once the processor has reviewed all the documents necessary to support the information in the loan, they're going to submit it to the underwriter for approval. That's Lori. She handles that part. There are certainly several steps in the home loan process, but the great news is that our team is here to help you navigate that entire process. We want to make it clean and simple for you. We like simple. We like it straightforward. We like you to understand where you're going with it. Doesn't need to be the nightmare that it used to be. We understand when maybe we don't need tax returns, even if you're a W-2 employee. Maybe we don't need your tax returns. Maybe we don't even need pay stubs. We look at your whole picture and say, okay, what is it that we need? And we're not going to ask you for anything more than what we really need to make your file is as complete as possible. And the beauty is we've got Jody here in the background. She's doing a lot of this stuff. And she's actually right now in the process. And she actually is a junior underwriter. So our team is taking things one step further than just the average person. So Jody's a great part of our team. And if you're looking for a new home, you're going to certainly want to chat with her. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, 10 tips to live credit smart and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com, facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the numeral 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
Do you know a homeowner experiencing divorce? Do you know a real estate reference and the divorce decree could cost tens of thousands of dollars? A certified divorce mortgage planning and real estate report could save you thousands of dollars, and it's free from your local certified divorce lending professional. Reach out to Ron today. RonIsMyLender.com. Again, RonIsMyLender.com. Licensed under NMLS 217037, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions, as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report? It is wrong. What are you doing about it? Credit Sanitizer has these solutions for you. Jeff Sipes and his team at Blue Water Credit take care of that for us. They do a great job. 10 tips to live credit smart. Your report. Interesting information right here. So first step, get a copy of your credit report. I use myfico.com. Myfico.com. I look at it nearly every day. Now, you don't have to be as intense about it as I do, but I go to myfico.com because what do I want to do? I'm an educator. I'm a consumer advocate. I'm chatting with you on a regular basis. And what I'm doing, and when I do that, is I play with my credit scores so I can see what they're doing. Obviously, if I'm going to use my credit report for something, then I need to stop playing with it a couple months in advance and use it the right way. But I might let my credit utilization increase to see what effect that's going to have on my score. I might let them go. I'll drop it down. Maybe I'll see if I have my balance as zero. I've even had my balance as negative, where I've paid more than I owe at the statement closing date. And we've talked about that before. But I look at the statement closing dates and I watch that like a hawk. So maybe I'll have my numbers negative and see what that does to the scores. That way, when I consult with people, I can say, here's what we see. Recently, I let one of my cards go to 105% of utilization. It dropped my scores about 20 points. So think about those issues, but I wouldn't know that if I didn't get a copy of my credit report. You have to know your credit scores, not the FACO scores. I want you to know what your FICO scores are. Credit score translates the information in your credit report into a number reflecting the risk of doing business with you. Well, there are many different types of credit scoring models. A higher score generally represents lower risk. To check your risk, request a credit score when you order that report. Myfico.com. Myfico.com gives that to you. Provide complete, accurate, and consistent identification on credit applications. This helps you set up your credit history correctly from the beginning, ensures that your new accounts will be matched to the correct report, and minimizes the chance that your credit file will be incomplete. So I've shared this before in the past. One of my credit cards actually pulled in my name or reported my name, and it truncated. So what it did is it took Ronald and then the first two letters of my middle name. And that happens to be IV. So what ended up happening is one of the bureaus now has me as Ronald Siegel IV, IV. Well, there is no 1, 2, 3. Well, maybe there is from other people, but not in my family. I am not the fourth, just Ronald Siegel. Well, they tell you that having an incorrect name has no bearing on your report. But I'm here to tell you that I have seen with my own eyes when I'll get the report corrected, and then another month or two later, reverts back. And the day that it reverts back, mysteriously, my score will drop 7 to 9 points. That's what I've seen. So make sure you give complete, accurate, and consistent identification. Set up a budget and live within it. Credit should not be used to live beyond your means. By setting a budget and living within it, you still avoid using credit to overextend yourself. Number 5, have some credit, but not too much. Big issue I see on a regular basis when people come to us on the private client side and they want consultations. Their credit scores aren't what they want them to be. And I look and I say, well, you've got no credit. How is the bureau going to rate you when you have no credit? So I've shared this one before. Separate credit card for your cell phone bill, your cable bill, your internet bill, and any other consistent bills that you get. If you're getting a consistent bill and you know you're going to get it every month, the recommendation right there is to go and just pay that with a credit card. Get a separate credit card for each one. Why do I like a separate credit card for each one? Well, because you can do an automatic pay, so it keeps your credit active, and you can go to your checking account and set up automatically a payment from your checking to that credit card, so it gets paid a day or two after your bill gets paid. Easy way of doing things, and it keeps your utilization low. And it takes care of number 6. It pays your bills on time. Late payments, delinquencies is what they call them, negatively impact your credit scores and affect your ability to get credit, since they indicate a stronger likelihood that you will make late payments again or will be unable to pay your debts in the future. If you fall behind on your payments, contact your lenders, which may work with you to set up a different payment schedule or interest rate. Number 7, have a mixture of credit types. So you want to have mortgage, installment loans, and recurring. The revolving, I mean. Revolving is your credit cards. So you want to have some of everything. Installment and mortgage are very similar, but they value them differently. Keep your credit card balances low. High outstanding debt can affect your credit scores because it results in a high utilization rate or balance to limit ratio, making you appear to be an increased credit risk. Keeping your balances low compared with credit limits shows that you are not tempted to charge more than you can pay and can handle larger amounts of available credit. Number 9, use caution when closing accounts. Closing an account is not always a good thing because it can result in an increase to your utilization rate. However, if you want to eliminate a few cards with high interest rates or fees and you have ample credit available to you, the impact on your credit score should be relatively minimal. Do it strategically. Do it 6 months before you're thinking about closing, before you're needing to use your credit. Number 10, apply for and open new credit accounts only as needed, or do it strategically. If you know you're not going to be using your credit for 6 to 12 months from now, well, maybe you can go ahead and open those credit cards that I mentioned to you a little bit earlier and get that report, get that payment on your cell phone bill and your my mind's gone blank today. Get the payment made for your cell phone bill. Get the payment made for your internet bill, for your cable TV bill, any of your recurring bills that will allow you to do it without penalty. I don't want you to do it with a penalty. That's the Your Credit Matters segment brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. And of course, I've got a giveaway for you. Go and grab a copy of our credit book, rsrcreditbook.com, rsrcreditbook.com. Give you a way to help increase your credit scores, reduce some myths about credit scoring, rsrcreditbook.com. It is a great resource. And of course, you know, when it comes from your friends at Ron Siegel Radio, it's free. So you've got that one. And to go with it, rsridtheftbook.com, rsridtheftbook.com. Grab that one as well. Both of them are free tools for you. You know, we love giving you free stuff here at ronsiegelradio.com. You know, and being that we're chatting about credit, there are a lot of tools out there, and we released this about a month ago, our no debt program, where you can actually be out of debt, including your mortgage, in 6 to 9 years. Now, you say, well, yeah, right, I get it, Ron. You just have to start making a lot of extra payments. No, it's not making extra payments. It's making strategic payments. It's understanding where you're spending the most money on interest and how to minimize that interest payment. So I have people that say, well, what if I make an extra payment every year on my mortgage? Well, that's okay. That's not bad. That'll help you over the long run, but it's not going to be the best solution for you. rsrnodebt.com. You can complete a short form right there, that rsrnodebt.com. Complete that short form, or you can just send a schedule or a copy of your bills to RJ at ronsiegelradio.com, RJ at ronsiegelradio.com. Redact the personal information, the account numbers and things like that. Don't need it. But what we'll do is we'll figure out what your blended household interest rate is. And more often than not, we can show you how to get out of debt significantly faster than just making those basic payments. Credit cards, if you're making a minimum payment, you're probably looking at about 300 years to get paid off, depending upon which card you have. But we just looked at one that we had a whole family that we looked at. We were able to get all their debts paid off in about 8.5 years. Under normal circumstances, it would have been 31.5 years. So again, rsrnodebt.com. As always, I ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Lovin, who's engineering us today. And of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or to meet any of our guests, call me anytime, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.
I'd like to call him something. I think I'll just call it a day.